Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Crisler Center for Michigan women's basketball at home against Rutgers tonight in the penultimate home game of the regular season. My name is Nick Hornberg. Alongside me, Jack Molino, Nate Sorensen, and Akshay Luthra will join the broadcast in the second half. Jack, interesting developments on both sides coming into tonight's game. Amy Dilk not starting for the Wolverines again after suffering a knee injury 2 weeks ago against Nebraska. Possible she does not play again. However, Michigan has yet to lose without her, and for Rutgers, a little bit more dire situation. Their head coach Vivian Stringer is not in attendance tonight after suffering an illness. It will be Timothy Eatman, the associate head coach, serving as acting head man today.
Yeah, interesting development to say the least. Timothy Eatman will be taking over for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights tonight, but for the Wolverines, Amy Dilk, she's one of the best distributors in the Big Ten. It's going to be interesting who steps up for this Wolverines team. And
quick start, Hallie Thome wins the opening tip-off against Stasha Carey. And now Kenray Johnson takes a drive back to Munger on the corner, moves back to the center, cross-court pass to Deja Church at the opposite corner. And now Church moves back to the middle, ball over the top to Haley Brown. Brown, overhead pass to Munger. Munger looking to drive, ultimately moves to the point. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Deja Church at the point, now to Munger on the left. Now Haley Brown at the free throw line. Haley just to the left of the free throw line, and it does not go. Rebounded by Siani Cryer.
Wolverines being patient on offense. A pretty good look there from Brown, but no good.
And it is Harris in the post, and errant pass by Siani Cryer, and Rutgers with the first turnover of the game.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting matchups today. Sienna Cryer, she's a pretty good point guard, young point guard for this Rutgers Scarlet Knights. It's looked like it's going to be Deja Church guarding her defensively.
And Church gives it off to Johnson. Johnson moves to her left. Now back to Church on the right side. Thome comes to the free throw line. Ball over the top to Haley Brown. An excellent pass by Church, but Brown misses the layup, gets her own rebound, and tipped away by Harris. And now Rutgers going the other way. And it is Siani Cryer. Now back to Stasha Carey. Looks to pull up for three. Pump fake drive and draws the foul. No, the charge.
Haley Thome, one of the most experienced players in the Big Ten, sacrificing her body for her team right there. Carey just a little bit out of control in the lane, and Thome there takes a charge right in front of the lane there.
And Deja Church takes the inbound. Will run the offense in the absence of Amy Dilk. Kenray Johnson on the left side. Now to Haley Brown at the free throw line. To Munger. Munger pulls up for a three from up top, and it goes for the first points of the game.
Rutgers coming out in a 2-3 zone there. That's exactly how you break it. Put someone in the middle and then let her find an open Munger at the top of the key, wide open.
Siani Cryer at the right side. Screen set by Victoria Harris. And now back to Charisse Wilson. And now pull up from the free throw line. Cannot go. No good by Arella Garantes. And a rebound by Thome. Munger, a quick ball over the top to Johnson, but too high. Michigan with their first turnover of the game.
You know, I think Kim Smartarico is okay with that, especially from the senior Munger right there. If you're going to turn the ball over, you got to turn the ball over being aggressive. That's what Munger did right there.
And Siani Cryer moves to the right, so far looking to be her preferred side. Victoria Harris sets a screen, and quick three, and it goes. Rutgers ties the game up. Siani Cryer. And Brown plays a quick inbound to Church. Church quick ball to Johnson, and Johnson plays it back to Haley Brown. Sagging off Brown a bit, the Rutgers defense gets it to Church, now to Munger on the right side. Munger to Johnson. Johnson loses the ball but able to recover. Now to Thome just at the top of the key. Back to Munger. Munger pulls up from past the free throw line. Cannot go, but an offensive rebound by Kenray Johnson. Johnson with another rebound, and Johnson goes.
And that's the thing with a 2-3. It's hard to find your man to rebound, so you have to just pick a body. And Kenray Johnson obviously not picked up there by any Scarlet Knight. Easy putback for two.
And now Charisse Wilson moves to the right. Screen by Harris, and almost a steal there by Munger. Munger goes to the court, but a jump ball called between Harris and a Kenray Johnson. Rutgers the possession arrow to start with because Michigan won the opening tip.
How about a Kenray Johnson, the junior? You know, not too effective at the beginning of the season, but since Amy Dilk has come out, she's really had to step up, and she's been one of the best players on this team thus far. She had a really good game against Illinois last week. She's really leading this team offensively.
And now a blocked shot by Johnson and a rebound by Thome. And now going the other way, Deja Church. Church gives it to Johnson. Looks for a passing lane, ultimately just moves back to the top. And now to Nicole Munger. One-handed pass to Deja Church. Now to Johnson at the corner. Johnson to Thome in the post, but excellent heads-up play by Stasha Carey, and that's a steal. Rutgers going the other way. Cryer lays it off, and quick 8-foot runner by Rutgers, and it no good, but a rebound by Garantes draws the foul and gets the basket. Now Rutgers has the opportunity to take the lead.
Garantes there with a nice follow and one, all in one motion. You know, Michigan doing a pretty good job of pushing the ball in transition. I wonder if they watched the UNC Duke game on Wednesday night. UNC does such a good job of pushing the ball in transition, and Michigan's doing that to not allow Rutgers to get back into that zone before they get set. They should be able to get some good looks in transition here, even after made baskets, kind of like right here.
As Aurelia Garantes completes the three-point play, and now Rutgers pressing high. And Michigan, Deja Church able to get it into the half court to Munger, and now Haley Brown has room to run. Brown to Thome. Thome has space, and Thome with her first points of the game. Hallie Thome, fresh off a weekend in which in Champaign, Illinois, she eclipsed 2,000 career points for Michigan.
Yeah, pretty impressive milestone right there, only behind two Michigan players before her.
And a quick corner three by Cryer. Cannot go, but an offensive rebound by Jordan Wallace. Correction, that was Victoria Harris. And now Sharice Wilson will drive, plays it back, and now ball over the top to Wilson. And Wilson, the shortest player on the Scarlet Knights starting lineup, gets a layup, and now Michigan going the other way. Tries to play one quick to Johnson, and now Haley Brown up top, back to Church. And Church, pass tipped, but Haley Brown able to recover. Excellent defense by Sharice Wilson.
This is where it kind of shows it hurts not to have Dilk who can distribute through the zone.
And now Thome to Haley Brown to Church on the right. Haley Brown sets a screen. Deja Church looks to move. And now Church drives ball over the top to Thome, and another one too high. Another Michigan turnover as Rutgers will substitute. Stasha Carey will come back in as Jordan Wallace comes to the bench, and it looks like we will see Sierra Calhoun, her first action of the game, as Aurelia Garantes goes to the bench.
You kind of see Thome trying to post up behind the zone, trying to pass it over the zone, which is a good idea, but just a little too high for Thome.
And now Siani Cryer. All alone up top, and now doubled, and now to Wallace, and another jump ball forced by a Kenry Johnson against Victoria Harris. And Michigan has possession, and now, as we've said, despite the fact she's not starting, Amy Dilk has made her first appearance on the court for Michigan in 2 weeks as Kim Barnes-Rico makes her first substitutions. Deja Church replaced by Dilk, and Naz Hillman checks into the game for the first time, replacing Haley Brown, and now Amy Dilk can run the offense. Dilk moves to the left, now to Johnson. Back to Dilk up top. Dilk moves to her right. Dilk to Munger at the corner. Munger for three. Too high, but Hillman an offensive rebound, and it goes.
There it is. Amy Dilk making an impact right away. Finds open Munger. No good, but easy bucket.
Nicole Munger playing quarterback right there. Over the top, ball straight to Hillman. And now a pull-up three by Sharice Wilson. Correction, that was Siani Cryer, and a rebound by Hillman. And now Munger goes the other way. Munger moves to her right. Give and go with Dilk. Dilk moves in. Now back to Munger. Munger, another corner three. Another one too far, but another offensive rebound by Thome. Throws it up and gets fouled by Siani Cryer.
Hallie Thome just taking advantage of her size. You see Siani Cryer trying to box out the 6'4" Thome, but just to no avail. And that's, like I said before, against the zone, Rutgers has to be able to find someone to box out, and it's hard to do that because you're not assigned to someone, and Hallie Thome really taking advantage of that as we reach our first media timeout of the first quarter. Michigan up 9-8.
And as you said, first media timeout. Michigan leading 9-8 against the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. 4:33 left in the first quarter, and Hallie Thome will have the opportunity to shoot 2 free throws coming out of this timeout.
Michigan winning their last 6 games, the first time they've done that since last year around January, and Rutgers actually won 10 games in a row this season, and they kind of slowed down. They've lost their last 3 out of 4, finally breaking that 3-game losing streak last weekend against Indiana. But Rutgers is a very good team. If Michigan can pull off this one, there'll be 7 wins in a row with 2 games left in the Big Ten, away at Michigan State Sunday, and then they finish off the Big Ten season at home March 3rd against Wisconsin. So a few important games left here on the schedule for the Michigan women's basketball team.
And Now, for those of you who are just checking in, Hallie Thome over the weekend eclipsed 2,000 career points, and that's second milestone she's broken this season. Back in January, she got her 800th career rebound, as it's 90s trivia here at Crisler Center. In natural progression, after last week, the game against Indiana was 80s night. As
Michigan 1-5 all time against Rutgers. 5 of those games coming in the Big Ten. That first game coming in 2003 before Rutgers entered the Big Ten. And this game has another important repercussion. Rutgers is actually right in front of Michigan in terms of the Big Ten standings. So if Michigan is able to win this game, they'll be able to move up in the Big Ten standings past Rutgers, putting them in pretty good position. Excuse me, no, this will actually, Rutgers will still be ahead as they are 10-4 and Michigan is 9-6. Rutgers playing one less game than Michigan, so 1.5 games ahead of them.
Michigan, of course, now having won 6 games in a row, currently stand at 18-9. And for those of you checking in, should be noted, Rutgers coach Vivian Stringer is not here in Ann Arbor tonight due to an illness. Timothy Eatman serving as the acting head coach. And for Michigan, Amy Dilk making her first appearance for the team. And no, it was not a shooting foul, as Michigan will just play an inbound. And now a Kenry Johnson at the corner. Munger takes a hit to the face. Johnson drives to the layup off the baseline and has it blocked. But another offensive rebound by Hillman. Munger back to Dilk. Dilk looking for some space. And now lays it off to Hillman as Dilk moves to the corner. Hillman give and go with Munger. Thome sets the screen as Munger looks to drive. Munger goes to the hoop, and Munger is blocked and hits the deck. But whistle blows. Is she fouled? Yes, it was a foul on Stacia Carey. And Nicole Munger will shoot 2 after. And Munger looks like she took an elbow during the offensive possession. Still holding what appears to be her nose, as looks like a brief injury timeout as Munger will go over to the bench.
So the refs are gathering around half court to maybe discuss a flagrant foul or maybe to see if this is on the ground or on the floor. I don't think you can actually review that.
Yeah, and the play is now under review. If I had to guess, you're probably correct, Jack. Probably a flagrant foul.
Yeah, Munger was hit hard there. Actually, she's getting beat up pretty hard on this play. She was hit in the face, like you said earlier on the play, and then she took it to the rack, getting hurt there at the end of the play there. Fun fact for you, obviously C. Vivian Stringer is out this game. She's coached 48 seasons in women's college basketball. This is her 24th season at Rutgers. Where did she start her women's basketball career? Let's say it's important in terms of Michigan football. That'll be your clue.
Oh, my.
You see it on the board every Saturday at a home game at Michigan Stadium.
Oh, Slippery Rock.
Slippery Rock. Interesting little fact there. Not sure where Slippery Rock is. I think it's in Pennsylvania.
It is in Pennsylvania.
I haven't seen them in the NCAA men's tournament in a while.
As now both teams look to reset to the court. And now the referee communicating with the scorers table right now. Everybody lining up just like a regular free throw. And does not look like a flagrant foul was called. But now the referee's talking with Nicole Munger, and still a lot of confusion over what's going on right now.
Not a good look for the Big Ten refs right here. This should be figured out. There shouldn't have 2 stoppages of play, or at least a 2-minute stoppage of play for a common foul as they go back to the.
As Tim Eatman calls his team back over, making use of the extra time. And now, you're correct, 2 refs are over at the video screen, and 1 ref is standing out, and Munger still looks like she's still trying to plead her case. I'm not sure what. Oh, there was the ambiguity was over who was who was going to take the free throws. It looks like it was instead it's going to be a Kenray Johnson who will shoot 2. I'm not really sure why. And it looks like Coach Kim Barnes-Arico doesn't really understand either, as Johnson misses the first one.
Obviously, Kim Barnes-Arico pleading her case. She probably wants Nicole Munger, one of the best free throw shooters in the Big Ten, at the line instead of Akinra Johnson. Nothing against Johnson, but all respect to Munger. But Akinra Johnson will be at the line. She missed the first one. Here comes the second.
And Johnson makes the second one. Michigan extending the lead to 2, 10-8. And Rutgers, having made a few substitutions. First game action for Takia Mack. And ball over the top to Noga Peleg-Pelk. And back to Siani Cryer, who has not left the game once, as Kayla Robbins moves over to the scorer's table for Michigan.
Peleg-Pelk, pretty dangerous from three-point line. Looks like she's going to try to get an open shot here.
Calhoun to Pelk, marked by Dilk. And now Wallace will drive under. Sorry, that's Harris. And Naz Hillman can't box out, but Rutgers misses 2. And another offensive rebound. And a foul called. I believe that was on Munger against Sierra Calhoun, and that's a shooting foul.
Michigan actually one of the best defensive rebounding teams in the Big Ten. Kind of bad timing there by Hillman down low. She kind of jumped and the ball hit the rim again, allowing the Rutgers player to grab another rebound.
Foul was actually charged to Amy Dilk as Sierra Calhoun makes the first free throw. And Kayla Robbins checks in as Nicole Munger goes to the bench. They still might be looking at not sure if that was her nose or just under her eye. As Calhoun misses the second one, rebound by Thome. And now Michigan goes the other way. Dilk on the left side. Dilk tries to move, blaze it off to Kayla Robbins in the corner. Robbins moves to center. Now Thome at the free throw line. Thome now to Robbins, over the top to Hillman. Hillman goes up and is fouled.
The Michigan post really doing a job of sealing their defenders, kind of pushing them up above the zone and then getting the ball below the zone. Pretty easy layup there. No good there. But she'll go to the line to shoot 2. That's Haley Brown, averaging 12.7 points per game, but still coming off the bench for this Wolverines team.
Naz Hillman, rather, at the free throw line. About a 62% free throw shooter. As Hillman misses the first one. Coach Arico will not make any substitutions, and neither will Tim Eaton. But both delivering instructions to their starting point guards as Hillman makes the second one. And now Takia Mack plays a quick inbound to Pelk, and now back to Mack. Now over to Pelk, too high, but Pelk able to control it. And now Michigan playing the trap effectively, but Rutgers breaks away from it. And an open 3, well short, but a rebound by Mack, and Mack with their first points, and Rutgers ties the game again.
How about that? A blocked rebound, and the ball just kind of magically fell in Mack's hand for an easy layup. Incredible.
And now Johnson goes under the legs to Thome, and Thome with the points.
Thome doing what she does best, down low. Michigan back into that 1-2-2 zone.
And Pelk trapped, and now a steal by Kenray Johnson. Has some space, and Johnson goes up. A feather's touch.
That's what makes her so good. She's so quick defensively and can turn defense into offense.
And now Siani Cryer goes the other way, plays it out to Pelk. Michigan playing the trap well, but another open 3 to Calhoun, and it will not go. A rebound by Amy Dilk. And Dilk over the top to Johnson. Johnson, heavy touch, but able to come down with it. Now back to Thome at the top of the key. Over the top to Hillman, and too high. Excellent defending by Victoria Harris, and Siani Cryer going the other way for Rutgers. Pelk pulls up for a quick 3, and short, but an offensive rebound by Harris, and Nate Sorensen next to me is fuming as Michigan concedes another offensive rebound.
Kind of unlucky there. Almost air ball right there. Just once again fell magically into her hands, but Michigan still's got to find a body and box out.
Rutgers with 6 offensive rebounds against 2 defensive rebounds. And Naz Hillman at the top to a Kenray Johnson on the right. Hillman sets the pick as Johnson looks to drive but loses the ball, and a steal by Calhoun, and Mack all alone on the other side. And Robbins gets back in time but cannot stop it as Rutgers evens the score again at 15. And now both teams looking to make substitutions sooner rather than later. And Dilk over the top to Thome, and Thome gets in the post. And another steal by Rutgers, an errant pass by Thome. And Siani Cryer on the right side. And Cryer slows it down. Minute 15 left in the first quarter, 15 all. And it is Sierra Calhoun looking to drive in a screen set. Calhoun pulls up for three, and it goes. Rutgers with their first lead.
And Kim Barnes-Winkle will use a timeout there. Rutgers doing exactly what they need to do defensively. They're kind of causing chaos, causing Michigan players to make ill-advised pass. Right there, Thome, who doesn't turn the ball over, made a left-hand pass right into a Rutgers player's hand. And that 2-3 zone, sometimes you think it's going to be a weak zone, but once they put their hands up and they start pressuring, Michigan's turning the ball over, and then now Rutgers is turning defense into offense. Knocked down three right there. Rutgers up 3 now, their first lead of the game.
Minute 4 left in the first quarter. Rutgers has the lead 18-15. Neither side covering themselves in glory shooting-wise. Michigan 6 for 14 from the field, 43%. Rutgers 7 for 17, 41%. And Rutgers on a 7-0 run in the last minute 3, and Michigan has had 3 turnovers in the last 90 seconds. And that timeout, quick timeout, not taking a media timeout with it, and Michigan making 3 substitutions as Haley Brown, Nicole Munger, and Deja Church all come back in the game as Hallie Thome takes her first trip to the bench, and Amy Dilk also goes back to the bench along with Kenray Johnson. And Deja Church takes the inbound. Church to Hillman. On the left side, Hillman looking for space. And now back to Church. Under a minute left in the first quarter as Robbins at the top of the key. Ball over the top to Hillman. Hillman goes up, and Hillman is fouled. And Hillman on the ground looks like she's going to be okay.
Michigan once again sealing the bottom of the zone and forcing a pass over the zone. Nice pass there by Church to Hillman. Hillman to shoot 2.
And Michigan in the bonus for the last 45 seconds of this first quarter. Probably will not really affect them. And Naz Hillman has the opportunity to cut into Rutgers' 3-point lead as Hillman makes the first one. And Coach Arico giving instructions to Nicole Munger and Deja Church. 2 guards out on the floor as Hillman looks to deliver the second, and it goes as well. Hillman hits 2, and Rutgers lead cut to 1, and now Pelk on the right side. Michigan playing the trap again, and back to Garentes, who is back in the game. And now Jordan Wallace plays it back to Charisse Wilson, who is back in the game for Rutgers. And 30 seconds left in the first quarter, and Wilson makes a cut to the left. Excellent defense by Michigan. Ball over the top to Harris, and out of bounds, tipped away by Haley Brown. Rutgers will retain possession, but 7 seconds left on the shot clock.
Haley Brown with a nice rotation there, getting her hands out, denying the post entry.
And Charisse Wilson will deliver the inbound, looking for the space, and ultimately has to play it all the way back to Pelk. And Rutgers, Pelk with a long 3, and it does not go, but another offensive rebound by Rutgers. Shot clock turned off, and Pelk will look to drive, and Pelk is called for the travel. Michigan will have the opportunity for the last shot.
14.3 left. We'll see what Kim Barnes-Winkle draws up here for the Wolverines. It will be Munger to bring it up. Shot clock off.
Kim Barnes-Winkle keeping her whiteboard down. Looks like Michigan will take this for themselves. And now Kayla Robbins, 7 seconds left. And now Munger will look to drive. 3 seconds left. Munger goes up and gets the points. And that will be the end of the first quarter. Michigan, after trailing at the tail end following a Rutgers run, shoots 100%, 3 for 3 in the last minute, and ends the first quarter with a 19-18 lead.
Pretty interesting game. Both teams kind of switching up defenses. Rutgers in that 2-3 zone, then Michigan playing that classic 1-2-2 press, and then moving into man-to-man defense. You like to see Haley Thome really get involved with this undersized Rutgers team. She's getting a few good post entries here and there, but she's got to take advantage of those post entries and really finish down low with this undersized Rutgers team. But, Michigan doing a job of salvaging a first quarter there with that last minute run, 3 for 3 from the field, like you said, Nick.
And now a short media timeout between quarters. At the end of the first quarter, teams in score and statistically look pretty evenly matched, as Michigan a little bit better shooting from the field, 47% against Rutgers 39. But Michigan only hitting 1 for 3 from three-point range. Rutgers 2 for 8. Not really the way you'd want to start if you're Timothy Eaton. And each team has more offensive rebounds than defensive. Michigan with 6 offensive rebounds against 5 defensive rebounds. Rutgers a bit more extreme, 7 offensive rebounds against 2 defensive rebounds. Once again, thank you very much for listening here, WCBN Sports coverage of Michigan women's basketball. My name is Nick Hornberg, alongside me, Jack Molino, as you will hear from Nate Sorensen and Akshay Luthra later in the broadcast. And for those of you just tuning in, a few developments as Rutgers coach C. Vivian Stringer not here due to an illness. Timothy Eaton as the acting head coach for the Scarlet Knights tonight in Ann Arbor. And Amy Dilk, after suffering a knee injury against Nebraska 2 weeks ago, is back in action coming off the bench tonight.
How about this Michigan Wolverines team that, about 2.5 weeks ago, again, it's a Sunday game. They were playing their in-state rival, Michigan State, here at the Crisler Center. Kind of lit a fire under the Wolverines, blowing a fourth quarter lead and then turning that into a 6-game win streak. Pretty impressive here for the Wolverines, looking to win 7 against Rutgers tonight, up 19-18 at the end of the first quarter.
Indeed, that was that game against Michigan State, the last time they lost. And since then, it's been all smiles. And one of the more important figures in that streak was a Kenray Johnson, of course, in their first game following Michigan State, a game postponed by weather against Iowa. At home, 13th ranked Iowa, they upset them 90-81. A Kenray Johnson scored 19 points, and she's been hot ever since. And so has this Michigan team as Rutgers starts the second quarter with the ball. Sharice Wilson back to Siani Cryer on the right. Now back to Wilson. Wilson finds the space, pulls up for three, and it goes.
Sharice Wilson, 39.5 from deep this season. You cannot let her get that open, or this will make you pay.
And now Deja Church over the top to Thome, and excellent defense by Victoria Harris. And now Siani Cryer has room to run against Munger. Quick ball to Garentes. Excellent defense by Munger. And Munger is fouled off ball by Garentes.
How about Sharice Wilson grabbing the offense or defensive rebound and pushing it down court? She's a quick player. Michigan's going to have to keep an eye on her this entire game.
Kayla Robbins inbound to Deja Church, who stands at the top. And Rutgers getting aggressive, trying to play a trap as Munger comes back to try and set a screen. Now Church gets it off to Robbins, and Thome signals for Robbins to give to Church, which she does. Thome sets the screen. Now Church moves to the free throw line. Church over the top to Thome, and Thome forced to play it back to Church. Church wide open for three, cannot go too far, and Haley Brown with an offensive rebound steals it away, but has it stolen from her by Victoria Harris. And now Siani Cryer runs the other way. Michigan gets numbers back, but Garentes pulls up from 11 feet, and it will not go. A rebound by Nicole Munger. And now Michigan trying to push. Deja Church on the right side. Now moves to the center. Church goes under, tries to scoop it, but blocked. But an offensive rebound by Haley Brown. Neither team wants to get any defensive rebounds, and Thome plays the ball into Church, and Church goes up and is fouled.
Finally, a stoppage of play there, Nick. Sounds like a tennis game. Oh, my goodness.
Ugh, I'm out of breath.
That's what happens. Both these teams really pushing. Both teams were a man down. They did push in transition. Michigan finally getting to the free throw line here. Deja Church trying to convert on two there. But Michigan doing a pretty good job of keeping the pace of play. They want to push the ball, and that's kind of their pace, and that's what their pace has been this entire season. Rutgers trying to push that pace too. It's a very quick game here tonight.
And Deja Church hits the first free throw as a Kenray Johnson comes back in. Kayla Robbins goes back to the bench, and Tekia Mack coming in for Rutgers as Garentes, I believe that's her second foul, goes to the bench. And Church makes the second. Score tied at 21. And Sharice Wilson takes the inbound. Timothy Eaton very vocal
Michigan
on the sideline for Rutgers.
Michigan in a 2-3 zone. This first look this game, they've put it in a 2-3 zone.
And Harris in the post against Thome. Haley Brown comes in to double, almost a steal. And some space created by Sierra Calhoun, and an offensive rebound by Tekia Mack, and then a steal by Deja Church, and kicked away by Mack.
Rutgers with another offensive rebound, but they didn't stop fighting. Ended up getting fouled there.
Yeah, actually, you're correct. That was a foul, not a kick.
Michigan's got to do a better job of boxing these Rutgers players out, especially number 31, Tekia Mack. She came off the bench. She's really making an impact for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
Now Nicole Munger running the offense at the top. Give and go with the Kenray Johnson. Almost collided with each other as Johnson moves to her left. Johnson now looking for space. Rutgers really giving her the interior. Ball over the top to Thome, and Thome called for the push.
Yes, that's the first foul we've seen this game where Thome is kind of trying to get position low. They're trying to throw the ball over the Rutgers defenders, and she kind of pushed off to get an extra inch, and the ref caught it. Nice call there by the ref.
Camera on the Big Tron pans to Coach Rico, clearly not a fan, as Sharice Wilson plays it over to Siani Cryer. Now to Takia Mack at the free throw line. And now back to Cryer. Cryer looks to drive, and foul called on Deja Church.
Deja Church being a little lazy there, letting the offensive player get past her, and she just kind of reached behind there. Can't let that happen in 2-3 zone.
And Rutgers plays quick inbound. It's Siani Cryer at the top. Charisse Wilson tries to move to the right. Now moves back the other way as Cryer still has the ball, gives it back to Wilson at the top. Now Cryer. Ball over the top to Harris, and Harris goes up, cannot get it to go, and an offensive rebound by Munger. Now Michigan has the opportunity to push, and Munger ultimately decides to hold up, and caught off guard by Charisse Wilson going for the steal. Gets it to Thome in the post. Thome over the top to Haley Brown. Haley Brown takes a touch, and up it goes.
Nice high-low action there. Haley Thome is a very underrated passer. Finds her team right there for an easy bucket. 23-21, Michigan regains the lead.
And Siani Cryer at the top. 7 minutes left in the first half. Michigan up 23-21, as Jack said. And now open three for Charisse Wilson, and it will not go. A rebound by a Kenray Johnson.
Rare miss there for Wilson.
And Charisse Wilson, a 39% shooter from the field. Johnson goes all the way to the rim and is fouled by Takia Mack. I believe that's her third.
It will be.
And Rutgers, in the first half, already somebody in foul trouble.
How about Akeena Johnson? No one stops the ball, and she takes advantage, takes it right to the hoop. A lot of confidence for the junior right there. Taking it coast to coast in transition. She's made such a big impact for this team. Kind of starting a few games ago. She had a really good game against Nebraska at home with about 4 or 5 steals. Misses the front end.
As Kenray Johnson misses the first free throw, as Rutgers making 2 subs. Jordan Wallace coming in. Oddly enough, Takia Mack with 3 fouls, not going to the bench. Correction, she only has 2. As Johnson misses the second one, and a rebound by Jordan Wallace. And now Rutgers slowing it down a little bit with Siani Cryer.
Michigan in that 2-3 zone again. We'll see what Rutgers does against it.
Cryer back to Pelk, who's back in the game. And now Cryer, Rutgers not give a whole lot of movement, and a tipped pass, attempted entry pass tipped away by a Kenray Johnson, and now Deja Church going the other way. Church will go to the rim. No, lay it back to Haley Brown. Now to Munger at the left side. Now side pass to Thome. Thome with the hook shot, and bad rim luck. It will not go. And a rebound by Siani Cryer as Rutgers goes the other way.
A foul there.
A foul called. Nicole Munger taking the off-ball charge from Jordan Wallace.
Wallace, the 6'3" center, kind of pushing her left arm right into Thome there.
And Michigan once again getting in the bonus. This time early on in the second quarter, 6 minutes left. And Nicole Munger running the offense, gives it to Kenray Johnson. And clock stops, I think. Looks like a foul was called.
On Siani Cryer.
Siani Cryer, yes. And Michigan in the bonus. Of course, college women's basketball, not like college men's basketball. Once they are in the bonus, they shoot 2 free throws. And Nicole Munger going to the line. Michigan's best free throw shooter by a pretty wide margin. Free throw percentage hovering at around 90%. As Munger hits the first one. Michigan's lead extends to 3.
You know, earlier in the game, Rutgers was causing a lot of turnovers because of their aggressiveness, but now their aggressiveness is kind of causing them, or kind of killing them here, I guess, as Michigan is in the bonus now.
And Munger hits the second one. Naz Hillman and Kayla Robbins back in the game as Hallie Thome and Haley Brown go to the bench. Amy Dilk walks over to the scorer's table, will come in at the next stoppage. And Cryer out to Charisse Wilson. Lays it back to Takia Mack. Now Pelk to Cryer. Michigan playing Rutgers playing very small, and Mack, a tipped pass. Now Munger going the other way. Munger looking to take it straight to the rim, and she will. She goes up, cannot go, but an offensive rebound by Hillman, tipped away. Munger with the rebound, and ball to Kayla Robbins at the free throw line. Now Johnson back to Robbins, now to Munger. Munger pulls up at the top for 3, and it goes.
Second chance point. Whenever there's an offensive rebound, you got to be aware of those three-point shooters, you know, spotting up behind the three-point line. And actually, Nicole Munger got the offensive rebound and then makes a three-point field goal. What a run here by the Wolverines to go up by 7.
And Timothy Eaton forced to burn a timeout as Michigan on a 9-0 run in the last 3.5 minutes. And Nicole Munger, her second 3 of the night, currently stands at 10 points. First player for either team to hit double digits.
once again, Rutgers over-aggressiveness kind of killing them here. If you're going to kind of chase passing lanes, you kind of forget about shooters on the outside. Nicole Munger taking advantage of that, knocks down the three.
And Michigan now up to 10 offensive rebounds on the game. Rutgers with 8. Neither team really wanting to rebound the ball on defense. As we take a full media timeout here upon Timothy Eaton calling his first timeout of the second quarter. And as stated, Nicole Munger, the leading scorer for the Wolverines, 10 points, 4 rebounds. And the next leading scorers are Kenray Johnson and Naz Hillman, each with 5. Rutgers' leading scorer is Charisse Wilson with 5. Michigan shooting 9 for 22 from the field against Rutgers 8 for 24. Michigan with a 7-point lead, 28-21, 5 minutes, 10 seconds left in the first half. Once again, thank you for listening to WCBN Sports coverage of Michigan women's basketball. And now as the timeout continues, Michigan, Kim Barnes-Rico has broken the huddle. And Rutgers still in the huddle. Timothy Eaton still giving instructions. And those of you listening who listen to our regular programming at 88.3 WCBN FM Ann Arbor, it is our current fundraiser period. For those of you listening and who wish to donate to WCBN Sports, feel free to either donate online on WCBN.org or call 734-763-3500 to pledge what you can. WCBN entirely funded from listener donations, and we appreciate all the support we get, sports and freeform, as Rutgers breaks the huddle and our little fundraiser plug is finished. And Charisse Wilson will deliver the inbound to Siani Cryer. And Cryer back to Wilson, now to Pelk. Back to Wilson. Correction, that was Cryer, now to Wilson, now Cryer. Now Mack has some space for 3 from the corner, and she hits it and cuts into Michigan's lead. And now Amy Dilk back in the game for Michigan. Give and go with Nicole Munger. Excellent defense by Siani Cryer. Munger, give and go with Dilk. Dilk now moves to the baseline, now to Hillman in the post. Hillman goes up and cannot get it to go. Offensive rebound by Kayla Robbins, and it goes for Kayla Robbins' first points of the game. And Rutgers going to slow it down. Siani Cryer stands ball over the top to Pelk at the corner, now back to Cryer. And Charisse Wilson at the top, moves to the right, screen set by Jordan Wallace. And now Cryer will move to the baseline, now to Mack, and Mack gets another bucket. And now Amy Dilk takes the quick inbound from Kayla Robbins, and Dilk moves to her left, holds up the offense a little bit. Now Robbins sets the pick, and excellent defending by Rutgers. Dilk to Hillman in the post. Hillman will go up, and it goes. Naz Hillman now to 7 points.
Takia Mack, going back to last possession, she's really taking advantage of this weak Michigan 2-3 zone. Coming off the bench, she's making a huge impact for this Rutgers team. They got to shut her down here. She's kind of sitting below the 2-3 zone right now.
And Yoga Peleg-Peck from Ibn Yehuda, Israel, gives it off to Cryer, and then a tipped pass away from Jordan Wallace, and a steal by Nicole Munger. And Munger to Johnson, gets into the restricted area, plays it back to Hillman, who is doubled and has it stolen away by Cryer. Michigan able to get numbers back. And Cryer gives it to Pelk, and Pelk will drive and is called for the travel. And another turnover by the Scarlet Knights. 3 minutes, 18 seconds left of the first half. Michigan leads 32-26. The Wolverines in the bonus. And Deja Church is back in the game as Kenray Johnson goes to the bench. Munger now to Kayla Robbins. Robbins looking for space. Now finds Church under the rim. Church goes up, and Church with the layup. Falling away, and the quick inbound to Siani Cryer. Rutgers playing a very small lineup right now.
Church scoring in double figures 11 times this season, showing you there, or showing you why they're doing a really good job down low this game.
And it is Sierra Calhoun. Tries to play one into Siani Cryer. And Cryer now to Giles. Giles goes up, is fouled by Kayla Robbins.
Nice high-low action there. Giles kind of posting up in the middle of the zone. No one really saw her there. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. 34-26, Michigan holding down an 8-point lead.
And Maëlle Giles, her first action of the game from Montreal Nord, Quebec, will shoot 2. And she hits the first one. And Rutgers cutting Michigan's lead to 7. Michigan made 3 of their last 3 from the field. And Giles hits both. And now Michigan's lead down to 6. And Kayla Robbins plays the inbound to Nicole Munger. Hallie Thome comes over to the scorer's table. We'll come back in the game. Kayla Robbins, another drive, and it cannot go. A rebound by Maëlle Giles. And Siani Cryer comes the other way for the Scarlet Knights. Cryer back across to Calhoun. Now back to Cryer at the top. Turns to Coach Eaton for instructions. Now moves to her right, marked by Dilk. And now some space for Therese Wilson. Now back to Cryer. Cryer pulls up for 3, and it goes. Michigan's lead reduces to 3. Amy Dilk really overcommitting. And
yeah, it's hard. You got 2 good guards that can shoot the ball. You can't overcommit to one of them.
And now Nicole Munger gives it to Naz Hillman. Hillman to Kayla Robbins. Kayla Robbins from the key, and it goes.
Kayla Robbins, 15 points, career high on Sunday against Illinois. She's doing a really good job of making an impact in this game.
And it is. Quick entry pass to Giles and a steal by Munger, and it goes out of bounds. Rutgers retains possession. And Hallie Thome will come in as Kayla Robbins will go to the bench.
Minute 38 left, Michigan up by 5. Maybe they can make this a 7 or 8 point lead going into halftime.
And now Therese Wilson gives it to Giles at the top, and now to Cryer. Cryer tipped pass by Church, but Cryer able to recover. And Cryer pulls up for 3. They gave her space, did not go. Rebound by Deja Church. Now Michigan trying to push the tempo. Church looking to go all the way, and Church goes all the way, goes up, and it falls.
Deja Church pushing in transition. She got the long offensive rebound defensive rebound, making it happen in transition. Nice move there.
And Mack from 3, the corner will not go, but an offensive rebound. Now Giles goes up for the bucket. Rutgers cutting the lead to 5. A minute left in the first half. Michigan up 38-33.
Second chance points killing both of these teams.
And Dilk tries to play one into Thome and tipped away by Mack, and now Rutgers going the other way. Inside of a minute now. 45 seconds left in the first half. As Cryer off the screen by Giles, and now some space to pull up for 3 for Wilson, and it goes. Rutgers cutting the lead to 2.
How about this 3-point shooting from Wilson and Cryer, just absolutely killing Michigan on the outside against that 2-3 zone that Michigan's in.
And Amy Dilk opting to slow it down. Nicole Munger gives it off to Deja Church. This will most likely be the last shot of the first half. And quick ball into Hillman, and Hillman off the bottom of the backboard, and I jinxed him as Rutgers goes the other way with the last shot. Shot clock off. Wilson drives, plays it back to Cryer. Cryer to Wilson. Wilson for 3, does not go. Offensive rebound. Wilson pulls up for the buzzer beater, and it goes. Did she get it off?
I don't think she did.
No, she did not.
They'll probably review it, but that would have been 3 threes to end the first half for Wilson. Offensive rebounds really killing Michigan here at the end of the first half. Hopefully this does not go and Michigan retains her lead heading into the second half.
How often is it that a player misses a 3, then gets their own rebound, and then pulls up for another 3?
Not often, I'll tell you that.
And they're going to review that now. I'm not sure if she got it off. We're gonna stay with you until they come to a conclusion.
How about that? How often do you see 20 offensive rebounds in the first half, especially in a women's game?
Not often.
That's what happens when both teams are playing zones. Like I said, it's really hard to find who you're supposed to box out and just.
I mean, you'll see 20 offensive rebounds in a full NBA game from time to time.
Yeah.
And it looks like it has been waved off. That last 3-point attempt was too late, and that will be the end of the first half. Michigan, after stretching the lead to as much as 8, it will go into halftime up by a mere 2, 38-36. Once again, thank you very much for listening here. WCBN Sports coverage of women's basketball. My name is Nick Hornberg. Alongside me, Jack Molino for the first half. And we will be back in 15 minutes with Nate Sorensen and Akshay Luthra delivering the second half. We will see you in about 15 minutes.
All right, welcome back to WCBN Sports' presentation of Michigan women's basketball here as they take on Rutgers in Ann Arbor. I will be your play-by-play man, Nathan Sorensen, here alongside Akshay Luthra. Big thanks to Nick Hornberg and Jack Molino for their call there in the first half. Well, Michigan sitting here at the half with a 38-36 lead. What did you see out of this Michigan team? What were they able to do to get a lead here at half, and what do they have to do to maintain that to pull out a victory here and extend their win streak to 7?
Well, good thing is they always seem to have a hand in someone's face on defense. I don't think they got really many open shots. A lot of good turnovers on the defensive side of the ball as well, and they have two good big women in Hallie Thome and Naz Hillman. They tried to get it down to them as much as they can. They tended to do most of the work. Things they could work on, a lot of offensive rebounds they let go.
Absolutely.
And that's why I feel like most of their momentum for Rutgers came on second chance points. A lot of their points in that second quarter came from second chance points. That's something they could fix. Also, the turnovers when they get down low, they seem to be panicking a little bit, trying to throw it away a little too much, when if they just put it up, they'd have an open shot.
Definitely seen that a whole lot. Almost a little bit too unselfish. Getting right into the basket, have a chance at a layup. Yeah, just one too many passes for sure has been a problem here. But as well with the bigs, it's been you don't see many bad games out of Hallie Thome and Naz Hillman. Well, they're really able to take advantage of the size mismatch here. Rutgers, their tallest player is Jenkins, standing at 6'3". Well, she hasn't even been in the game so far yet. I really don't have anyone over 6'2" that can match up against them, and you can see the benefits. Hillman, so far with 7 points. Thome, a modest 4, a bit under usual, but still able to get some work done down low. And Michigan was out there a little bit in that 1-2-2 full court press. Straight away from that near the end of the first half. Do you think they come out with that here to start the second half?
I think they should. I think Rutgers was panicking a little bit when that was happening. They were rushing. And I think if they come out with the press, it would just be, something a little bit new and something that was working already.
Sure is. Well, Michigan will start the second half with the ball. No Amy Dilk out on the floor to start. It's going to be the game's original starters out there, plus Naz Hillman. She's going to be in there for Kenry Johnson. And now Deja Church with it on the left wing, trying to get it down to Hallie Thome. Catches it, trying to post up, gives it down to Hillman, down in the post, gets fouled.
That's basically exactly what I was talking about. Once you get in there, you get an open shot, put it up. With Naz Hillman, they always seem to need to foul her.
They sure do. Naz Hillman, absolute beast down low. She's averaging, I'm not sure how many points exactly a game, but she's shooting, I should say, 65% from the field, and I'd imagine inside that restricted circle, she's shooting much better. And she hits the first free throw.
Averaging about 13 per game, it says here.
That's right. And, yeah, all those points coming off the bench. Really incredible stuff she's been able to do for the Wolverines this year as a freshman.
Yeah, I still can't believe she's a freshman.
Yeah, she doesn't look like one.
No, not at all.
As she hits the second, just the size, not just her height, but the strength. She just absolutely out-muscles most people out on the court. Now Rutgers will look to answer here. It's Wilson, Cryer rather, probing, gets it down low to Wallace. Wallace goes up, hits the left-handed layup for 2.
Good movement, good quick passes. Hallie Thome couldn't really catch up. Easy basket for them.
Now Rutgers out playing man-to-man, but really shading off on shooters as Haley Brown takes a long 2, doesn't get it to go. Long rebound picked up by Wilson. She's moving in the fast break, tries to go in on Nicole Munger, but that's a charge.
Fantastic position just outside the restricted area, and she did not move.
That is Nicole Munger's specialty. She hits the deck about 10 times a game, and, at least half of them are trying to draw charges. And she does that better than anyone I've ever seen. Now Michigan take over here. Church running the point without Amy Dilk in the game. Normally her and Munger split responsibilities there, and she's really being pestered by Cryer out there. Now Hillman on the wing, just being left all alone out there. 10 seconds on the clock. Michigan still not getting a whole lot going here. Now it's Brown open on the right wing for three. She gets it.
That's the only reason you didn't see anything. They were just planning and setting up that perfect wide open three.
Yeah, Rutgers has been really giving Haley Brown a lot of space out there. I don't think they realize, and she nearly shoots 40% from beyond the arc. And now Brown working on Wallace in the post. Wallace gets the right-handed hook shot to go. That's a tough shot.
Tiny bit of a mismatch. You want to see Hillman more on Wallace than you want to see Brown.
And now Church speeding down court, puts it up. The shot doesn't go, but Holly Thome gets the rebound, puts it in, and the foul.
Must be something on that side of the court. Those offensive rebounds and second chance points, they just keep coming.
And great tenacity on the boards there. I should say Church went up for it, couldn't get it to go, and then it was actually Hillman that got it, put it up. She didn't get it to go. Finally, Thome gets the and one after the third chance. Now Thome looks to complete the three-point play, and she does so. 46-40, Michigan leading now here with 8 minutes to go in the quarter. And it's Cryer at the point. Standing at the right wing. Gives over to Wilson. Wilson looking to try to get in the post. Now Cryer's got it on the right wing. Gives it over to Carey. Carey's trying to make something happen. Puts it up, and she gets an and one.
Looked like fantastic defense that she went straight up. Carey kind of did this weird thing where she went around the player and was like half in front, half behind, put up a shot, got the foul, got the shot.
It looks like Carey was trying to snake around the defender to try to dump it over to Wallace. Wallace wasn't looking for the ball, though, so she kind of had to put it up, make something happen, and completes the three-point play right there. Now Michigan trying to push it. Gets over to Munger over on the right wing. Thomes got it in the high post. Gives it over to Munger. She's cut into the basket and gets it to go. Nice layup there. A little two-man game between Munger and Holly Thome.
Great vision by Thome. She saw Munger going towards the basket. Quick pass, easy shot.
Now Rutgers again being very patient. Passing the ball around the arc. And now over to Carey. Drives to the right. Kicks it out to Cryer. She drives now. Gets called, or I should say Church gets called for the foul there with the body. That's going to be a blocking foul. That should be on the ground.
It should be on the ground. She just kind of dribbled right into her, and looks like Church just didn't have her feet set, so it's going to be defensive.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there. Cryer's very quick. Has a quick first step, able to get by a lot of defenders. That way happened there to Church, and now Rutgers again with a fresh shot clock. Really going to take their time. Cryer's standing out, just about a step in from half court. Looking to get a screen from Wallace. She does. They try to do the pick and roll. It's not working. Over to Guarentes. She's stripped by Naz Hillman, and now it's a loose ball. Mad dash for it. Rutgers recovers all the way in the backcourt. They only have one on the shot clock. They have to put up a three. Doesn't go, but Guarentes gets it. The ball sits up on top of the rim after the putback opportunity, but falls back down into the arms of Thome.
Fantastic recovery, fantastic defense down low. Made sure she didn't get an uncontested look and stopped it.
Now Brown from the right wing can't get it to go. Quick shot there for the Wolverines. Now a travel is called on Cryer, and refs have been very quick with the whistle to call travels here so far today.
I believe that's the third one on Rutgers. That one I didn't completely see, but I guess the ref was standing right behind her, perfect position, so she saw it. She's the one that matters.
I could have swore Cryer dribbled the ball before she ever took a step.
Cryer looked like she believed that as well.
Yeah, as soon as the ball touched her hand, she was dribbling it. Very, very shocked to see that call, but it'll favor the Wolverines as they work to extend their 5-point lead right now. Now it's Church up on top, really being pestered. She drives, finds a wide open Naz Hillman under the rim. She lays it in. 50-43 Wolverines.
Beautiful pass. She saw that Naz Hillman's defender came to help out on her and just pass to the open woman. It's the first thing you learn in basketball.
Yeah, it sure is, and really great work to drive it by Wilson, who was all up in her grill, and now Cryer tries a three, can't get it to go, and the ball is tipped out of bounds. I think they're going to say that last one off Harris.
That looked like it came off Thome from this angle, but again, it's the ref's decision that matters, and it's Michigan Wolverines basketball.
It sure looked like that to me too, but 2 whistles going to break Michigan's way here. Very, very fortunate. And now they'll take it up. It's Johnson's in now. Gives it over to Thome. She's being left all alone at the top of the key. Beautiful bounce pass over to Munger. She can't get the mid-ranger to go.
Part of me really wanted to see Hallie Thome take that three from the top of the key.
I believe she's only her three-point attempts are in the single digits on the season. Definitely not a threat out there, but as well as she shoots from the free throw line, you'd think she's got to have it in her if she just tried. Now Michigan really pestering Rutgers here, and now it's Carey underneath the basket. Beautiful dish from Cryer.
Fantastic pass by Cryer. And almost a steal by Wilson. She hit the ground. If she hadn't and had got that clean, it would have been an easy steal.
And wow, what a pass there by Church to Naz Hillman down low. That's an and one opportunity for the Wolverines.
And Hillman loves it. That'll get her to her 16th double-digit game this season. She's been absolutely brilliant. What a find as a freshman for Michigan.
And that's going to be a timeout, I believe. That's going to be the media time out here, under 5 minutes. The Wolverines are leading 52-45 with 4:17 to go here in the third quarter. And you're absolutely right about Naz Hillman. She doesn't start, still plays about starters minutes, but because of Hallie Thome in front of her, she's a senior. She's been one of the best players in program history. She deserves the right to start, but you got to wonder what Naz Hillman could do with a few more minutes.
One thing's for sure, Michigan won't have to worry about who's going to replace Hallie Thome. Naz Hillman is, in many games, been better than Thome, actually, which is amazing to say for a player that has over 2,000 points.
Absolutely, and Thome just passed that 2,000-point marker, I believe, just last game. That one on the road against, I'm drawing a blank here.
Illinois, I believe.
Illinois. I believe she just did that last game. I passed the...
Yeah, she actually finished the previous game against Indiana on 1,999 points.
Whoa. So a little easy to break it then, I guess.
Yeah, for someone who's known to get double digits every game, it wasn't that hard to get 1 point.
Yeah. And yeah, Thome, a fantastic player, a senior. She's a real leader for this team and still a great player. It's just Naz Hillman has been such an absolute force for the Wolverines off the bench that makes Wolverine fans got to be feeling pretty good.
I mean, you have to say arguably the only player better than Hillman on this roster currently consistently is Thome. And if one of the greatest in Michigan history is the only person better than you, then you're doing something right.
Absolutely. And there's the buzzer. Court is clearing out. Huddles are breaking. Michigan.
Hillman will have a shot coming out of this timeout.
Yep. Hillman still has her free throw attempt after that and one opportunity. And I should say the lineups out there right now. Hillman, Munger, Johnson, Church, and Thome for the Wolverines. Or, excuse me, Thome is not out there. They made a substitution during the break. It's going to be Hillman, Robbins, Munger, Johnson, and Church out there. As Hillman misses the free throw. Rutgers recovers. They're going to bring it down here. Work it in the half court. It's Calhoun over to Cryer. Cryer trying to get a ball screen. Kind of rejects it there. Looking like they're trying to get it down low to Harris in the post. She gets double-teamed immediately by Church and Hillman, and they kick it out to a wide-open Wilson on the right wing. She's going to get that to go every time.
They were trying to do the right thing on defense, trying to get the trap, but left Wilson wide open. And now they leave Munger wide open.
And she hits it. Great work by Nicole Munger to answer right back, and now Michigan trying to work that 1-2-2 full court press. They looked like they weren't quite ready to go with it, though, as Calhoun breaks it easily. She drives to the basket, makes the layup, and is fouled.
Yeah, Church, I don't think she realized where she was standing in the restricted area. She'll get called for that every single time.
Yeah, Michigan, all the Wolverines out there looked a little bit out of sorts. I don't think everyone was prepared to get in the full court press. Now Church will be subbed out for Amy Dilk, as I believe that may have been her third foul.
It was. I think that might have been the reason they subbed her out so quickly after that media timeout.
Yeah, and that one right there, she did her best. She stood, she had her feet set. She was just inside the restricted circle. Maybe a play you don't want to risk when you already have 2 fouls, but nothing you can do about it now.
I've never been a big fan of the restricted area, but you know it's there to make the game more interesting, and you know that was definitely an and one is as interesting as it gets, really.
Sure it is. And now Michigan trying to answer. Have Amy Dilk out there for the first time in the half. And find Kayla Robbins down low. She kicks it out to Munger at the top of the key. Can't get the 3 to go, but Naz Hillman pulls down the rebound, throws it up, can't get it to go. Still a scramble for the loose ball, but Cryer gets it.
She took the 3 with 2 hands in her face while Hillman was wide open down low. You kind of wish you could have seen that open woman down there.
And that's a tough break right there for the Wolverines. Now the Rutgers trying to get something going here. Carey with it, down low, working on Munger. She falls. The Rutgers bench really wanted to foul there.
Rutgers bench, Rutgers fan section up in arms. I didn't really see a foul.
Yeah, Munger standing with her arms straight up in the air as Henry Johnson flies down the court, tries to get in to the paint, is fouled in the act of shooting. She'll be going to the line for 2.
That call won't make the Rutgers fans any happier because it looked very similar to the non-call that just happened, except this time the foul was called against their team.
Yeah, I think Munger was helped by the size disadvantage there as Henry Johnson makes the first of the pair. Now Thome checks in for Hillman. But yeah, when you're a smaller player working in the post, you got 2 hands up in the air, you're going to get the benefit of the doubt more times than not.
That makes sense.
I think that's what happened. On the other hand, Johnson, I think you may have been right. She kind of threw herself into the Rutgers defender there to draw that foul. She hits the second of the pair, too. That's going to extend this Michigan lead to 57-51. Now, Cryer just standing, dribbling the ball on the logo, per usual. Over to Guerentes. Rutgers moving around. Dilk gets her hand on a ball. Now it's a fast break opportunity for the Wolverines, and Kayla Robbins goes all the way, does a bit of a Euro step there to lay it in, and that's going to cause Rutgers to call a timeout.
Beautiful vision on that pass, actually. I thought she was passing it to Dilk, who was running past her. Instead, Kayla Robbins came out of nowhere, grabbed the ball, dribbled down, easy basket. Brilliant.
Yeah, and that looked like it may have been just a loose scramble for a ball there, but Robbins just swooped in, caught it on the fly. Was able to control that one with ease. Absolutely beautiful play right there. And now Michigan with an 8-point lead, 59-51, with 2 minutes, 12 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Really a strong start to this half for the Wolverines. What's been the change? What has made the Wolverines much more effective here in the second half?
Quite frankly, they seem to be looking like the only ones that are actually going to score. They keep getting the ball down low. They keep getting open looks. Even when Rutgers has gotten the open looks, they have gone in. Like, don't get me wrong, but they're just not getting the ball to the open woman as much. And I'm actually surprised it's only an 8-point lead. Michigan seems to have dominated this quarter so far.
It sure does. A couple of threes, or at least 1 3 from Wilson will help. Still, Rutgers 7 of 20 from the 3-point line. You can see where that helps make up some of the difference. Michigan only shooting 4 of 9 from beyond the arc. course, they're not much of a three-point shooting team, certainly not a volume three-point shooting team, but they've gotten some to go here today.
Well, when the Rutgers defenders are going to leave you that wide open beyond the arc, you might as well try it, and when they're that wide open, a lot of them are going to go in.
Yeah, absolutely, especially when Nicole Munger is being left open. Right? And really,
you can't leave Nicole Munger wide open behind the three-point arc.
The one reliable shooter on this team, she's still getting open looks. Really shocking. And yeah, overall, Michigan leading in field goal percentage just by a hair. They're shooting 48% to Rutgers 45. But really, where they're dominating in this game is from the free throw line. They have attempted 18 free throws. They've made 13. As opposed to Rutgers, who's 6 of 7. It's really been due to Michigan's very aggressive play trying to get into the paint. It's causing a lot of contact and a lot of calls from these refs.
Rutgers essentially been in foul trouble the entire game, gotten into the bonuses very early in every quarter. I'm almost surprised that there's no individual player in foul trouble. They've seen him spread him pretty equally with the exception of Harris, who does have 4. But, yeah, they just keep sending Michigan to the free throw line.
Yeah, it helps. Rutgers has gone 10 players deep in their rotation so far today. Helps to alleviate some of that. It's now trying to cut into this Michigan lead. And now ball work down low. It's Mack, tries to go up. She can't get it to go. Great work by Thome. Excellent post defense there. Now Michigan kind of working in transition here. Dilk down in the corner. Doesn't like what she sees, gives it out to Munger. They're going to kind of reset here. Now it's Johnson. They're trying to get the ball to Thome, and it's Robbins. She puts in an excellent pass over the top of the defense to Thome. She gets it to go.
Allie Thome got in perfect position there. She was just waiting for that pass. It got delivered. Easy basket.
Rutgers continues to try to front in the post, and Michigan just keeps lobbing it right over the defender for easy buckets. Really making it look easy out there are these Wolverines. They're on a 6-0 run over these last 2 minutes. And now
I don't know why Cryer loves staying right next to the logo. She's been spending at least 10 seconds of the shot clock next to the logo in every possession.
It's really made Rutgers have to panic or rush a lot more than they should. And, well, as we say that, she puts in an absolutely beautiful dime down low to carry.
Or maybe that's why she's doing it.
Just lulling Michigan to sleep. Perhaps. Worked right there, but yeah, she spends a lot of time out there on the logo just dribbling the air out of the ball. As now Michigan works the ball around. Dilk tries to get it down low to Thome. The ball is tipped away, stolen. Ball is thrown up to Cryer, but it's just over her head and it'll go out of bounds.
A little bit of panic in that pass. I think she was worried about traveling, so she just got rid of it as fast as possible. Led to the turnover, but Rutgers turned right back over when she tossed it over Cryer's head.
Yeah, that's a tough break for the Scarlet Knights as they could have cut into this lead as the clock's expiring here, but now Michigan will take over. 18.2 on the clock. Of course, shot clock not a factor here, so they will probably hold for the last shot of the quarter. Now it's Munger driving on the right wing. Resets, takes it out. Gives it over to Dilk. Ball is tipped away. The clock's running out. She just has to heave it up. Oh my. It hits off the glass and rattles around in the cylinder. Just pops out there for Amy Dilk. Tough break there.
That looked good off the bank. Unfortunate that it hit the front rim a couple times and then decided it did not want to go in.
Yeah, that was tough right there. The ball just tipped away from Dilk. With the time running out there, she recovers it, has to fire it up from the logo. Really remarkable she got it even close to going in. But even without those points there, Michigan leads 61-53 at the break here. Now, Michigan has struggled to close out games. Hasn't really been a problem in the last couple of weeks as they're on a 6-game win streak currently, but earlier this season it has been a thing that's plagued them. Got to think, what do they got to do to close out this game?
Another thing they've also been really struggling with is getting away from teams. A lot of their previous games, wins and losses, have been inside 10 points. That just seems that double-digit barrier seems to be there. I think if they can get to double digits here, then they can just really just keep the momentum going, and this should be one of their least stressful victories in recent memory.
I hope it will be.
Also, that magical 70-point mark, they haven't really been getting to it. It hasn't really been affecting them. They've been winning a lot under 70, but if they can get over 70, again, that should be it from that point.
Yeah, really a high-scoring affair here due to a lot of turnovers, a lot of high-paced basketball here today. And, yeah, Michigan sitting at 61, they were in very good position to get to 70. I can't imagine they're not going to get there. I should say this is really no small feat that they have the lead here this late against Rutgers. Rutgers third in the Big Ten standings right now. They were ranked, I believe, just in the last week. They were knocked out of the most recent polls, but this Rutgers team, 18 of 7 on the year, 10 of 4 in conference play, and they're a team that's going to be playing in the tournament. And Michigan, up until a couple of weeks ago, they were one of the first 4 out of the bracketology for the women's tournament, and since then they've ripped off this 6-game win streak. They're looking to add on another one here, and they're going to be sitting in pretty good position to make some noise in March.
Like you said, Michigan was 3-6 in Big Ten play at one point. Now this 6-game winning streak, hopefully a victory here, will get them to 10-6. A loss for Rutgers puts them at 10-5. They just keep moving up those Big Ten standings.
They sure do, and yeah, it helps to beat the team that's currently 1 spot ahead of you in the standings. Makes things, those jumps look much nicer that way.
Yeah, now, you go from 1.5 games to just half a game.
Beautiful, and now Rutgers, with the beautiful work right there, they find Harris open on the block. She gets it to go, and now Rutgers trying to trap in the half court here, nearly get a turnover off of an errant pass by Deja Church. It was recovered, thankfully, though, by Haley Brown. And now Church holding the ball.
She's pulling a crier, staying by the logo for a long time.
Yeah, now Johnson gets the ball passed to her out on the logo herself. Now Thome nearly walks. I think she may have gotten away with one there. Pass was tipped away. She tried to get it down low to Brown. Harris knocks it away.
Very surprising with how quick they're calling travels on Rutgers that a literal jump up and down by Hallie Thome was not called.
She may have had one of her big toenails might have stayed on the ground there. Hopefully it did. Now Michigan, oh my, what an absolutely beautiful play right there. Johnson on the inbound finds Thome underneath the basket. She lays it up with 2 defenders in her face.
There was only 2 seconds on the shot clock that needed to be a perfect play coming off that inbound, and it really was. Hallie Thome just absolutely brilliant.
And what a pass by Johnson. And now it's Wilson. Pump fakes in the corner, drives, kicks it out. Kicked it out to Calhoun, who was then fouled by Nicole Munger.
Pretty aggressive push by Munger, but I actually don't think it was going to be called until the Rutgers player lost her balance, and then the referee realized, oh, wait, that was a push.
Yeah, once you're stumbling and nearly falling on the ground, it's hard to not call it. Now Michigan working. They're in the 2-3 zone right now. Rutgers trying to adjust. They do so by finding Carey down in the low block. Kicks it out to Calhoun. Finds Carey, cutting to the basket. She was open. Hallie Thome, late coming over, fouls her in the act of shooting.
Thome came down with her hands on that one. I think if she had just stayed straight up, she would have been in perfect position, but instead came down, and Rutgers got that foul.
Yeah, and that was some pretty excellent work. Not too often you can get a pick and roll working in a 2-3 zone, but they did it perfectly right there as Carey knocks down the first of her 2 free throws.
This may be the first time Michigan is ahead in fouls against Rutgers by 2 in maybe the entire game.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Carey misses the second one, pulled down by Brown. That was a tough rebound, but yet Michigan now with 2 fouls in the quarter. Rutgers without any yet. Still early on. Here, though, now Michigan trying to answer here. Ball finds its way over to Johnson on the left wing. Trying to get it to Brown. She gets it at the top of the key. She was wide open. Doesn't choose to shoot there, leaving her wide open on the right wing. She shoots it. Oh, my. I couldn't get it to go. Goes off the iron. It looked like it went in from this angle.
I'm surprised they're not trying to get it more down low. Harris, who's just getting subbed out, does have 4 fouls. She wouldn't have been able to be as aggressive. Dome looked in good position on a couple of the moments in that possession. I think they might have missed a trick there.
Yeah, that's maybe why they were leaving Brown so open, just hoping Michigan wouldn't try it with Thome, but now they sub in Mack. Mack will be their biggest player on the floor. She's only 6'1". Maybe Thome can take advantage that way, and now it's Calhoun from the left wing, airballs it.
She just took a little bit too long setting for that shot. Munger got herself in perfect position in the end of it, had that hand right in her face, and couldn't see the basket. Air ball.
Yeah, now Kim Barnes-Arico, seeing that Harris is out of the game, subs in Naz Hillman for Haley Brown. Michigan's really going to have a size advantage. Now Rutgers in a full court press. Looks like it's about to be broken here. A tough play there. Thome gives it over to Deja Church. She had a wide open chance there at the rim. She misses it. She gave herself a wide open chance, I should say, after a beautiful move. Just couldn't get the layup to go.
Yeah, this is clearly Michigan's biggest lineup, and ironically enough, Rutgers just subbed in a smaller player. So they are going to really take advantage of this size disadvantage here, hopefully.
Yeah, now Rutgers gets the steal. They're racing the other way. It's going to be Guerentes with the layup, and now Rutgers again in the press. Michigan finds Thome in the middle of the court. She's able to pass it over to Church. Press is broken, thankfully. Now they'll try to get something going in the half court. Now it's Munger on the left wing. She gets a ball screen from Thome. Gives it over to Church. She's got Naz in the post. She goes up with it. She gets the foul and the basket.
I feel like if you're going to have an and one, it's going to come from Naz Hillman. She has consistently gotten multiple of those every game.
She is just so strong. She just goes right through the arms of anyone trying to defend her. That time, it was Mack of the Scarlet Knights. Just she really looked like she had no chance. Hillman misses the free throw, but the rebound is pulled down by Johnson. The ball is thrown away, though, unfortunately, and now Rutgers racing the other way. It's Cryer to the basket. Can't get it to go. I believe that one was blocked by Holly Thome. Now Michigan coming the other way.
A bit of an exaggeration with that small on big matchup.
And now the ball quickly thrown down to Naz Hillman in the post. She scores on Mack again.
That's all they needed. Naz Hillman comes in. Momentum goes right back to Michigan. Michigan has their biggest lead so far today at 9 points.
And Eatman, not liking what he's seeing out of this lineup, sent Harris over to the scores table. Decided he couldn't wait until the next dead ball. Calls a timeout. And it looks like Amy Dilk was standing over there to check in as well. Not sure who she'll be subbing for. We'll see here after the break. Well, now Michigan up 67-58 with 6:15 left here in the quarter. Well, or the game, rather. What do they have to, or what should Michigan do here? Do they just keep feeding it to Naz Hillman down in the post, or is this bigger lineup from Rutgers going to be able to stop her?
I think just keep feeding it to the big women. You got Thome, who has a 20th double-digit game of the season. You have Hillman, who came in and just got 4 points very quickly. And, you know, we're going to have a size advantage. Michigan's going to have a size advantage regardless of, quite frankly, anyone Rutgers puts in, just because they don't have the taller players. And then on top of that, their tallest player does have 4 fouls. Keep feeding it down low. Keep getting them in foul trouble. It's worked for 3 quarters, 3.5 quarters now. Why not 4?
Yeah, absolutely. And now Harris coming in. She has 4 fouls. She's not going to be able to play. She's not going to be able to play the type of defense you want to play against Naz Hillman. That's for sure. And as aggressive as she has been, she's been to the line 8 times. You got to imagine that 5th foul for Harris is going to come very quickly. And now the lineup change has been put in, and Amy Dilk will be subbing in for. Well, now I don't know. For Henry Johnson, it is. It's going to be subbed out.
Yes, there it is.
Yep, the lineup for the Wolverines is going to be Dilk, Munger, Church, Hillman, and Thome out there. Right? Not the largest lineup, 1 through 3, but Hillman and Thome more than make up for it. It's going to be tough for these Scarlet Knights to keep these Wolverines out of the paint.
Thome has been putting up just great shots all day. She's only taken 6, actually, but she's made 5 of them. When you have that kind of conversion rate from that close, you don't need to take the bad shots.
Absolutely. Should mention, yeah, she has 11 on the day, 5 of 6 from the field, 1 of 1 from the line, 6 boards.
8 boards, actually.
8 boards, only 6 defensive rebounds. Yeah, 2 on the offensive rebounds to give her 8. Hillman with 17 and 6 rebounds on 6 of 11 shooting. And Nicole Munger, haven't really talked about her a whole lot. She has 15 herself, 5 of 11 from the field.
She almost has a quiet 15, if that makes sense, despite her 3 threes.
Yeah, it seems like all of the work is coming down low in the post for Michigan, but Munger having herself quite a game. Now as Cryer drives in, takes a bit of a shot from Holly Thome. Then on the offensive rebound, a foul is called. And I believe it's called on Deja Church. And she is in disbelief.
So is this crowd. They are letting their displeasure be known. It seemed like it was going to be a jump ball call, but the ref right under the basket disagreed.
And Deja Church was actually knocked to the ground during that exchange, and she still picks up the foul.
Her 4th, actually, so they're probably going to sub her out. Yes, they do.
Yep, here comes a Kenry Johnson to relieve her.
Surprising. Michigan hasn't really had many fouls all day, but she has 4 of them.
Yeah, and now Rutgers running this full court press. It helps to have all the guards you can out there. And now, wow, what a pass.
Brilliant pass through the contact.
Yeah, Garentes dishes it down low to Carey as she was falling to the ground, and now Michigan coming down the court. There's a foul. I believe that's on Cryer.
Cryer got there just a second too late and ended up crashing right into the player with the ball. That'll be an easy foul call every time.
And now Michigan trying to nurse this 7-point lead. Probably going to try to work the shot clock here just a little bit. Now it's Munger out at the top of the key. She's dribbling. Tries to get it down low to Hillman. The ball is knocked away by Harris, though, out of bounds. Michigan will retain possession.
Hillman stayed a little outside for a little too long in that possession, then very quickly and aggressively moved inside, and they tried to get a quick pass. Not the most accurate, but Michigan will keep possession.
Yeah, a bit of a lucky break there, and now ball is knocked away again. Munger throws it into Thome, tried to hand it off to her, but it's tipped away by Cryer, I believe. Ball rolls out of bounds. Now Munger will inbound again, gets it to Dilk. Gives it back over to Munger. Tries a mid-ranger, is blocked by Harris. Munger tries to get her own rebound. Gives a bit of a shove there, I believe, to Carey. That's going to be a foul.
Yeah, a little too aggressive trying to get her own rebound, and again, a second too late. Came in with a push instead. Again, the refs are not going to miss that.
Yeah, that's an easy call right there. And now Cryer walks it up the floor. Michigan sitting back in that 2-3 zone. As Thome contests the shot of Garentes, she misses it, and then in the scramble for the offensive rebound, the ball is tipped out. They're saying it's off Michigan. The fans don't like it.
The fans don't like it, but Hillman didn't exactly argue with it. I think she kind of knows it came off her.
And now Garentes goes up with it once, can't get it to go, but then she tips in the second chance opportunity. And now Michigan trying to work against the press, and then it's going to be a foul called on Cryer.
And that'll be Cryer's 4th as well. They're really, the fouls that they had early in the game are coming back to haunt them right now.
And Cryer, a tenacious on-ball defender, they're going to miss her working this full court press if she picks up that 5th foul. And now Thome with it on the left wing, gives it over to Hillman up top. Now it's Dilk trying to drive. She gives it over to Johnson. She's driving in on the left side, gets it up, gets it to go.
Great drive by Johnson. Just saw the open area to the basket, took it easily.
And now Wilson throws it up, can't get it to go, but it's Carey right there. The ball falls right into her hands. She puts it up. Easy 2 points. for
a
Rutgers.
lot of bounces going Rutgers' way off the rim on their offensive side of the ball. That has kind of helped to their offensive rebound numbers so far.
Yeah, that three went right off the front of the rim and bounced right into the lap of Carey. Really just a bad bounce for the Wolverines. And now Michigan leads 69-64 with 4 to go. They get it down low to Hillman. She gets it to go. She's automatic from down there.
That's exactly what I was talking about. Harris wanted to be aggressive, then realized and tried to put her hands back up. You have to be aggressive against Hillman. Hillman takes advantage of the more passive defense, easy to.
And now as Garentes drives into the paint, she draws the foul, and I believe that foul is on Holly Thome, her 4th.
Hallie Thome, I believe it's her 3rd.
You are correct. That is only her 3rd, thankfully, for the Wolverines, but that is the 5th of the quarter, and that means Rutgers is in the double bonus. They're going to get 2 free throws here, and she makes the first.
Yeah, the first time Rutgers has gotten to the bonus before Michigan all game.
And Garentes makes them both. And now ball's passed up to Munger. She gives it back out to Dilk, looking to get it down low in the post again. Going to take her time here, dribbling around the outside. It looks like Rutgers is in a 2-3 zone themselves now. And as the ball is passed down to Hillman in the post, they're going to call, I believe that's Harris for her 5th foul.
Yes, it is. She's heading out.
And she is met with a chorus of cheers here from the Wolverine faithful. A few fans waving goodbye. I don't think few may be the wrong word. Just about every fan in here is waving to her.
Quite a few goodbye waves coming from the Michigan fan section.
Yeah, no one's too upset to see her leaving the game. And now it looks like it's going to be... Who is that coming in here
Wallace,
for Harris?
I
That's
believe.
Wallace, Jordan Wallace, the 6'3" junior. Really the only other player with size on this team. And they need it right now. And now ball finds his way out to Robbins. She's wide open at the three-point line, decides not to shoot. Wise decision. Michigan pulls it out, is going to try to drain the shot clock. And now Johnson with it on the right wing. Finds it, tries to get it to Hillman down low. The ball's knocked away. It's loose, and it's going to be a jump ball.
Yeah, massive scrum. Good aggressive move there by Hillman once that pass did not fall into her hands. Made sure Michigan still had a chance. She's moving a little slowly. Hope she's all right.
And does look like she's not really limping, but she's favoring one foot for sure. She's going to stay in the game. She looks fine, though, as Johnson gives it into Thome. She puts it up. She gets it to go, and she's fouled.
Munger is very happy that that went in because she fell, and I don't think anybody noticed. So, Hallie Thome, you just saved your teammate there.
Well, you didn't have to call her out like that. But, yeah, I don't know any player that falls down on the floor as often as Nicole Munger does. And now it looks like she's going to get checked out. And, yeah, Holly Thome just adds on to her absolutely excellent day. 13 points with a chance for one more. Ooh, and she gets it to go. That ball looked like it wanted to pop out there. And now she's going to be subbed out for Deja Church. Interesting lineup here for the Wolverines. It's going to be Church, Munger, Johnson, Robbins, and Hillman.
If Michigan plays small ball, this is the most small ball lineup with the exception of Hillman that I guess they have.
And now Michigan's going to press, not allowing anything easy for Rutgers, and now a pass is deflected, knocked out of bounds by Robbins. And now Cryer gives it over to Garentes. Looking. Cryer, she's got it. Over to Garentes. She's got a driving lane. She takes it, and she gets it to go. That's 2 points for Rutgers, 74-68. Here Michigan leads with 2:40 remaining. And now the Scarlet Knights themselves are pressing, and they're With just a second to spare, Michigan crosses half court, and then they find Deja Church wide open underneath the basket. She gets the layup to go. And now Rutgers racing down, not wasting any time. They find Garentes down low, tries a fadeaway, can't get it to go, hits off the front iron. Michigan recovers.
Very quick passes for Rutgers in that. And you know when Cryer's moving quickly and not standing by the logo that they're trying to rush.
Yeah, it seems weird to not see her dribble out the first 10 seconds of the clock out there on the logo, but Rutgers has no time to waste here. As now an off-ball foul is called on Garentes. I believe Deja Church drew that one.
Yeah, I could see that one from up here. Church was just running through the lane, and Garentes decided she didn't want her to be in her general area, so she just pushed her away from her, and the ref was staring right at her. Not exactly the smartest foul, especially now that it puts Michigan in the bonus.
Absolutely. That's the 5th foul of the quarter, and now Church goes to the line for 2, hits the first. And now Thome will be checked back in.
Michigan can make this one. They finally get to that magical 10-point margin they've been trying for all game.
And there it is. Deja Church knocks down both to give Michigan the 78-68 lead with under 2 to go here. And now Wilson tries the 3. She gets it to go.
Quick, wide open 3 for Wilson. They knew exactly what they wanted on that possession.
Absolutely. That's the risk of pressing. You can get caught off guard with quick passing. Rutgers did just that. And now Michigan trying to work against the press. They take all 10 seconds to get across the half-court line, but they do so. And now it's Johnson with it. She finds Naz all alone under the basket. Easy 2 points.
You cannot leave Naz Hillman alone in the paint. You're just asking to be down 2 more points at that point.
Absolutely. Now Cryer tries to 3, and she can't get it to go. Church fighting for the rebound, and I think she might get called for the foul. I believe she did.
And I believe it's her 4th.
But I thought she already had 4.
Oh, they're going to call it on Thome. That's why.
Okay.
And it's Thome's 4th as well.
Well, I guess a lucky break there for the Wolverines. I really thought it was going to be Church called for her 5th there. But
yeah, a bit surprising. It looked like Church was right in the middle of that, and I didn't even see Thome, but the foul got called on Thome. They both have 4, but it's better than having a player fouled out at this point.
Absolutely. Now Carey goes to the line. She misses her first. Tough, not what you want to see if you're a Scarlet Knight. Rutgers down now 71-80 with 1:18 on the clock here. As Carey puts up the second, she gets it to go. Now Michigan trying to work quickly against the press. Ooh, a tough pass by Nicole Munger over to Church. Now Church picks up the ball in the corner. She was trapped. Finds Johnson, though. Now Johnson just dribbling around near the half-court line. Gives it over to Munger. Rutgers keeping the pressure up. Munger just driving around. Great work by the Wolverines so far. Now Thome gets it down in the paint. She tries to work it in the post, and she draws a foul. That's going to be Carey with her 3rd. And Holly Thome's going to be going to the line for 2.
Yeah, you don't really tend to see Holly Thome get it because of her brilliant dribbling skills. You don't tend to see her draw that many fouls, but that one was just dribble, drive, and foul with the smaller woman not feeling like she would have put up really good defense against Thome.
Yeah, it's tough to do that as Thome knocks down the first. And great work by Nicole Munger right there to just dribble around, evade the pressure from the Scarlet Knights defense, and gave Michigan enough time to find Holly Thome all alone in the high post, working one-on-one, as she gets the second one to go as well. That'll extend Michigan's lead to 82-72 with 53.6 on the clock.
In fact, it'll be a quick 2 free throws and sub out for Holly Thome.
Yes. Looks like Henry Johnson's going to be in there for her. Kayla Robbins, I should say, rather. And now Rutgers gets the 2-pointer. Working quickly. Now trying to force a turnover. It's Church. She's trapped and fouled. And I believe that one's on Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson just a little too aggressive, just kind of really holding on to Church. I guess with less than 40 seconds left and you're down 8, you have no choice but to foul once you realize that they're going to get it past half court.
Yeah, well, and that was great work by Church. She split the double team there and got half a step on Wilson. She kind of reached out for her, and now Church makes the first. And now Rutgers going to counter with a substitution of their own. Pelegpek. Pelegpelk is going to be in there for the Scarlet Knights, and now Wilson racing down the court. As I should say, Church made her second free throw, and Pelegpelk goes for a three, can't get it to go. Rebound by Cryer. She drives in, gets the layup, and time's running out here for the Scarlet Knights. They're going to keep the pressure up, though. Munger splits the double team, though, finds it Church, who crosses half court, pulls it out, gives it to Munger, who stands with it on the logo, and she will be fouled.
Only Pelegpelk seemed to be interested in the foul there. Coach Eastman telling her to calm down a little bit. They seem to be okay with letting the clock run out, except Pelegpelk.
She just got in the game. I feel like I would want to extend the time too. And now Munger, one of the best free throw shooters in the country, goes to the line, knocks down the first. That'll make it 85-76. Makes the second, 86-76 with 13 to go. And that should probably do it here. Now as Wilson drives, puts up the layup on Hillman. Can't get it to go. Hillman pulls down the board, and the clock will tick out here as the Wolverines hold on here in the fourth quarter to give themselves an 86-76 victory over the Rutgers Scarlet Knights here and extend their winning streak to 7. Absolutely fantastic work.
What an appropriate way for it to end. And Naz Hillman, good defensive play and rebound. She completely dominated this game. 21 points, 8 of 13 from the field, 7 rebounds, and an assist just to go with it, because why not?
Yeah, absolutely dominant display by her, Thome, and Munger. I mean, really a great game all around from so many Wolverines. Absolutely spectacular game against a tough opponent here in the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, but that's going to just about wrap up our coverage here. Do you have any other last thoughts?
I just appreciate how Pelegpelk's last foul allowed Michigan to finally finish with that 10-point victory. Her solid 1 minute of play will have a lasting impact on this game.
Absolutely, and that'll do it for us here. I have been your play-by-play man, Nathan Sorensen, here alongside Akshay Luthra. Thanks again to Nick Hornberg and Jack Molino for their work in the first half. And one quick plug, check out our Twitter. We're WCBN Sports on Twitter. You can see our interview that Nick Hornberg did with Haley Brown, and we should have another one up here in the next couple of days, hopefully with Kenry Johnson. Hopefully they'll still let us talk to her. I'm hoping so. But keep an eye out for that. We're going to have that up for you in the next few days. And, yeah, thank you for listening, and we'll see you all later. Good night, and go blue.